Let's say you allot about 30 minutes in the morning to pray, and you're faithful to the prayer time, and you enjoy it, and you enjoy communion and worship to the Lord, and asking for requests for particular people, and you're on a consistent basis of doing so. But there are times where you awake in the morning and you just don't want to pray, even though you know it's a commandment and that we should, and it's so helpful for people. Do we force ourselves to pray when we don't want to? Or do we just refrain from doing so?
Yeah. Look, Paul says in Romans, I don't do what I want to do, and I do what I don't want to do. So he admits that his want is involved. You're never going to be the kind of Christian who just flows into spiritual disciplines as a sort of default position. Holiness is not a default position. You're always going to have a conscious will to obey, a conscious sense of responsibility. That doesn't lessen the purity of that spiritual experience in any way at all. The fact that it's a discipline, the fact that you have to do it even when you don't want to do it, the fact that you don't want to do it and don't do it is a lot worse than you don't want to do it, but you do it. So that's just part of Christian life and discipline. It's always going to be an uphill struggle, particularly in prayer, because prayer is such an intimate reality. And of course, you can pray anytime and all the time, as I know Christians do. But yes, that is a discipline that requires you to commit to doing it. To give you a parallel, in all honesty, I don't want to come here every Sunday and preach. Do you find that hard to believe? But, I mean, there are times when I say, I think I'd rather stay in bed. I am tired, and this morning was one of them. In fact, that's not unusual in the driving activities of life, that you would have those kinds of times. But that doesn't lessen the value or the blessing of that spiritual discipline when you do.